How many passwords do you think the average person has? According to a survey, 58% said they have more than 5 passwords. Another 30% reported having 10 or more passwords, and 8% said they had more than 21 passwords. That's a lot of passwords. We have passwords for many online activities, from personal banking to social networking sites to mobile apps. We have to remember a lot of different passwords. So how do we store them securely and still recall them easily when needed? How do you remember all this? Before we get to that, a few more facts. Did you know 37% of people say they need to ask for help on their username or password on at least one website per month? Another survey found that 90% chose to leave the website when they forgot their login information rather than recovering it. People are having trouble remembering all their passwords. So, what are the options? Well, there are 2 main options that people generally use. First, the old-fashioned low-tech method. Some of us write our passwords on a notepad or a piece of paper. Others store their list of passwords on their computer. This is not a great option. The piece of paper can get lost, or it may get into the wrong hands. As far as computers crash, rendering information irretrievable, and also computers can be hacked, and what happens if someone gets access to all our passwords? So these methods are not super safe. Another option is the high-tech version. People also use a computer-based password manager. This stores passwords with encryption and requires remembering just one key password, a master password, which accesses all our other passwords that are stored in the system. Computer password managers do the basic job, but what if you forget the master password? If that happens, you could become locked out of your own life. Another worry when all passwords are stored on a device is what happens if you lose the device. This is a huge worry that someone could potentially access all of our accounts by somehow hacking or unlocking that master password. While safety is on our minds, let's take a moment and think about passwords. What makes a good password? Most experts agree a good password is actually not a word, but a phrase. It's called a passphrase. A multi-word phrase makes for more secure passwords. So let's illustrate this. Take a phrase that's easy for you to remember. For example, my son is 10 years old. Create a password out of this by replacing some of the letters in the words with symbols or characters. In this example, the letter S in son is replaced with the symbol of a $sign because it looks the same visually. A $sign is a good symbol to use in the password because it's harder for someone to guess or break than a simple S. Another example is with the word is. You can spell the word a little differently. Is, I-Z. Here's another example of a phrase. My cat's birthday is 12 December 2004. With this phrase, we can take the first letter of each word, M, C, B, I. That becomes a password. We can keep the numbers in the phrase, which strengthen the password. Hence it becomes a combination of numbers and letters. So you see, simple phrases can form the backbone of a secure, indecipherable password. This is important for online security. Here's a final illustration. The phrase is, happiness is having a scratch for every itch. We make a password by using the first letter of each word, H-I-H-A-S-F-E-I. We can strengthen it by alternately capitalizing the letters. Every other letter is capitalized. To strengthen it further, we can add symbols or characters, such as an exclamation point at the beginning of our password or a colon at the end. You can do this for all your passwords. These are just examples. Here's a third variation. In the place of the capital letter H in our password, you can replace it with 3 characters that together look like the letter H. This is shown above in the 3rd line. Similarly, for the word for in our original passphrase, we can actually represent this part of the password with a number, the number 4. If you would like to see similar replacements for letters, see the LEET table shown above. It's also available in the app. In LEET, each letter of the English alphabet has a corresponding symbol or number. They can replace the letter within your password, thus making it more secure and difficult to guess. Now let us show you how this app, PixMnemonix, can help even more. We've built an app to help you remember passwords without actually giving up the password to any third party, in your computer, or even to us. Our app helps you recall passwords through a visual technique called visual mnemonics. It lets you associate images with your password, and the images will help you recall your password. So let's illustrate. We'll use the same example from before. Happiness is having a scratch for every itch. This is a picture of happiness. The image is stored on your device and helps to remember the first key word in the phrase. This is a picture of scratching, as in a DJ working on his turntable. The next word is itching, and you see a picture of a mosquito bite. So together, this is a visual depiction of the passphrase. Take a moment and look at the 3 images, going in order from the top left, right, and then down. The story is of happiness, scratching, and itching, and it triggers the memory of our passphrase. Happiness is having a scratch for every itch. It's easy to remember passwords using images. We believe the best way to store your passwords is in your own memory. The images you store on your device are not the actual passwords, they just trigger the memory of the password. This method is more safe and secure than other options that require giving up the password itself. That's why PixMnemonix is better and safer than other methods in use. Now let us walk you through the app. After you download the PixMnemonix app, the icon will appear on your device. Click on the icon to open the app. Then click the Add button to get started. From here, the app lets you name and add different accounts. For example, let's say you would like to add your checking account. Instead of typing in the actual bank or account number, you can simply type in My Checking Account, which is generic and does not reveal any identifying information about the account itself. Then click Add. You will see the entry you just made. You can tap on the entry to get into the entry's details. This screen will appear. To begin adding more data, tap the Edit button. This will open up the account in the Edit mode. Now you can start adding information. If the checking account has a username to log into it, the name can be added here in the username section. Of course, instead of listing the username, you could just type in a reminder of the name to keep it safer. For example, if the username is your email address, you could type in my Yahoo email address as a reminder. Once the username is typed in, or is left blank if you prefer, we can move to the password. Tap the camera icon to begin. This will open the camera on your device, and then you can snap a photo of your visual mnemonic to be stored. Here you can see the snap of our happy cat. This is the visual reminder of the word happiness in our passphrase. Here, the other visuals have also been added. Once you've added the images you want, you can reorganize the order they appear in just by tapping on the image and dragging it. You can choose one of the 2 LEET options that's available in the app to remind yourself of LEET representations. Simply tap on the What is LEET button to open the chart. Here you see the LEET 1 table. Once you're finished editing, tap the Save button to save your inputs. The nicest feature of this app, we think, is that you don't have to store or reveal your actual passwords. There is no encryption or database that can be hacked. The app allows you to store plain images. The images trigger your memory of what your password is. They have unique meaning and associations to you and no one else. There are additional features that can keep your password mnemonics more difficult for others to guess. For most, the reading order will likely be top left to bottom right, as in the first image. But you can reorder the images and remember to read the images in a different sequence to form your passphrase, like in the second image. Or you can add fake images, like the image of the coffee cup in the image shown above. The coffee cup has nothing to do with our actual passphrase. Finally, you can use LEET as discussed before. So remember, password security is vital in this day and age because most our personal information is online. Using PixMnemonix, you can combine a simple memory technique of pictures and your imagination to create, save, and recall secure passwords. Thanks for watching our video.